skeptical, reluctant, thinking, restorative yoga, that's a bunch of malarkey. What is that going to do for me? I'll tell you what it'll do for you. Soak in these words for a few minutes. Reset, redo, refresh, reinvigorate, restore, revitalize. And who doesn't want that? And that's exactly what a restorative yoga practice will do. Hello, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. This is where you practice at home, doing it your way, using your props, just, chilling out, wearing your yoga pants or wearing your shorts. Whatever works for you. It's a 1 hour long practice. We practice every single day for an hour. Stick around for 10 minutes. It'll make a difference. But stay for the whole hour. You'll be surprised in a restorative practice how quickly it goes by. But every day we do something different. So join us every day. Some days we do a very invigorating practice. Some days we use weights. Just check us out. I think you'll like it. It's a nice way to get your day started from the privacy of your own home. All right, bottom of the screen says, do what's right for your body. Don't hurt yourself. Whatever you do, just don't hurt. Come into a pose, take it slowly, breathe through it. If it doesn't feel right, move and adjust. Give yourself that freedom, give yourself that grace to do that. All right, so we're going to set up with our props. You're going to use a bolster, and I've got mine set up, and I'll show you how we've done this. All right, so we've got our bolster. We've got our 2 blocks. Place your blocks in the shape of a letter L. You can see that here. And then bring your bolster on top of it. We're going to take our stress number. What's your stress number? Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Where are you right here, right now? Every day that number's different too, isn't it? We're going to work on bringing it down. That's a beautiful thing that a restorative yoga practice does. It makes you feel better in your head too. And stress is such an awful killer. All right, so you got your bolster set up here on an angle. You've got perhaps your blanket on top of it. It's all good. Make it work. Just make it work. All right, child's pose. But we're going to take this. Several different ways you can take it. Maybe you want to bend your knees. I don't know how your knees feel today. If they don't feel so great, you might want to do the way I'm going to do it in just a second. But maybe knees bent. Come on down. Let your chest rest here. You can turn your head one way or the other. It's all good. I'm going to send my legs long so the knees aren't getting any stress. Set up here. Just, don't sweat it. It's just yoga, right? But it does some really good things. And isn't that true? It's the simplest of things that really have great results. All right, so I got the bolster up my groin, got my legs long, maybe a little bend in your knees. I don't know, maybe spread your legs a little bit wider. Maybe that feels good. Bring your chest on down to your bolster. I'm going to set a 5-minute timer, and we are going to breathe through this. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Just settle in here to what is comfortable. Adjust your body, move this or that, and come on down to rest. Let the outside world go. Too much noise out there. Just let it be. Deep breath in. Big sighing breath out. Let it go. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Shoulders are soft, away from the ears. Take time to relax and unwind. After you've sighed it out a few times, maybe you would like to close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose only. This will allow you to focus on your breath. Focus inward. Let everything else go. Arms are heavy. I don't know where you have them. Whatever feels good. Just letting your spine rest and your low back decompress. Big breaths out your back as you feel your back expand to the sides of your room. full exhale. Take it as deep as you can and just let the chest rest even more. It almost feels like the body's just deflating, just letting everything go. And maybe turn the other cheek. If you've been resting on one cheek, turn it to the other side. Or maybe you get your forehead nestled into your bolster. No thoughts. Try not to think thoughts. Let them go. You'll come back to thinking when the practice is done. But just focus on your breath, the sound of the breath in the back of your throat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. It happens so subtly, you might not even notice how much easier it is and how closer your chest is to the bolster now after that time elapses. And I think something happens after that 3-minute mark. You finally settle in and just rest. All right, you can stay in this pose longer if you like. Totally enjoy it. In fact, enjoy was one of our words during the week. Enjoy, journey, travels, those were all our words. The word for today is the word life. All right, so life is 10% what happens to you and 90% of how you respond to it. Your yoga will help you respond better. All right, let's just turn this around a little bit. Let's pull your bolster off of the blocks. I'm going to remove the blocks. I'm going to bring the bolster on down to the ground. And we're going to do fish pose. And we're going to do this one for 5 minutes too. So here's the deal. You might want to grab your blocks. I don't know if you've ever done this one before. But bend your knees, soles of the feet touch, and put the blocks underneath your knees. Maybe you need to start them at a high height or a medium height. I'm going to start mine at a medium height. Maybe take your blanket and your eye shade too. Maybe cover your belly and cover your eyes. And recline on this bolster. All right. I'm going to do 5 minutes again. What do you think about that? So rest your back, kind of just the opposite of what we did. Rest your back onto your bolster. Big opening in the chest. Arms down by your sides, palms up or down, whatever speaks to you. Maybe snow angel the arms out a little bit. And again, whatever feels good. And your knees. Maybe they feel good, supported by the blocks. And then maybe eventually you can bring the blocks on down. So it's just a feeling of support. Nothing's hanging out in space here. Unless, you don't want to use the blocks and you're comfortable with the knees just hanging on. But the blocks make it just a little sweeter. Maybe you need to tell yourself, I am calm, I am strong, I am at peace, or I am centered. Any one of those sound nice. But treat yourself well and say something positive inside your head. Soften the area between your eyebrows and just feel a lot of opening in the front of your upper chest. Big breaths in and big full breaths out. Deepen your breath and try to slow down the exhales. Perfect stillness. It's just your breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. This is your supported fish pose. If you were loving it, stay here longer. It feels really, really good. I'm going to move into a side lying position on the bolster. Just kind of a nice stretch through the side body. But you don't have to go there. If you want to stay right here, just nestle in and enjoy. I'm going to come out of the pose. I'm going to send my legs long. I'm going to roll off of my bolster just because I want to minimize the movements. And I'm going to kind of come to one side or the other. I'm going to start on my left side. I'm going to turn the bolster so it's now horizontal on my mat. And I'm going to place it kind of under my waist, in my waist area. And then I'm going to just come to recline here. You could use a block as like a little pillow for your head if that feels good. Or send your arm long overhead and rest here. The big stretch is kind of happening on the opposite side, on the top side. You can eventually bring that top arm up overhead if that feels good. You could use the block at the top to stretch it out. Or you don't have to use it at all. You can just rest the hand on the bolster. So take a deep breath in. We're not going to be here very long. I'm just going to set this timer for 3 minutes. That top arm is where you've got the ability to change the pose a lot. However you move it, wherever you move it, just enjoy the feeling that it gives you in your side body. Maybe you discover some innovative way to use your blocks here. Doesn't matter how your pose looks. Matters how good it feels in your body. Now your top hip, I'm lying on my left side, so my top hip's my right one. Maybe bring it back a little bit more so the hips are in a straight line up to the sky. That'll change the feeling a little bit too. Lastly, deep breaths will change the sensations of the feeling as well. But you know that. You take a deep breath in, it feels one way, and then you really exhale it out slowly all the way, emptying all the air out of your lungs, intensifying the pose a little bit more. Take a deep breath in. And a deep, slow breath out. We're going to take 3 minutes on the other side. So here's what you can do. You can roll on your belly and take it super slow. Just enjoy it. Roll on your belly to get to the other side, or roll on your back to get to the other side. You do what feels super good for you. I'm just going to switch my bolster so my bottom's not to the camera. And I'll take it to the other side. So I'm going to be on my right side this time. Work the bolster down toward your waist crease. Get nestled in. And it's time for 3 minutes here also. You can use your block at the top of the mat or no block at all. Bring your head on down to your bicep or wherever feels good. And that top arm, just let it be. Wherever begins to feel nice for you. Remember to soften in your face as well. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Feel that right hip down on the ground. Maybe even your legs. Adjust them a little bit. Maybe straighter, maybe a little bend, or maybe even more of a fetal position. Let's check in with our top hip, the left hip. Bring it back a little bit more so the hips are evenly stacked. And deepen your breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's come into pentacle pose. And you can do that on this bolster. We're not going to do pentacle for very long. It's just a little resetting pose for about a minute. So I'm going to scoot the bolster up a little bit more toward my head. Actually, more toward the shoulders, because I want my shoulders on the bolster. So shoulders and kind of the head are on the bolster. Come into your pentacle pose. Arms spread, legs spread. Just about a minute here, not very long. But you want to feel supported. You want to feel supported in the shoulders and the head. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in comfort, breathe in peace. Don't we all want more peace? Breathe in comfort, breathe in peace. Breathe out stress and tension. Big breaths in, you feel your heart almost going up toward the sky. And big full breaths out, you feel softness in your body. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let it go. All right, I'm going to roll the bolster away. If you haven't already done that, just roll it away. Roll it to the top of your mat. So pretty easy there. Find your block. One block will do. You could also use your bolster for this, but I'm going to use the block. Come into a bent knee position, press your hips on up and slip the block under your low back for a supported bridge pose. You can have your block at its stable height, which is the lowest one. Scoot it down so it's on your sacrum, so you really feel supported in your strength here, but you've got your low spine kind of hanging off the block. You can change the height of the block if you like. No better, no worse, just different. Adjust it, and little fine movements here make a difference. So you want to be comfortable in this supported bridge pose. Now the saying I like, you got to let go to grow. You got to let go of things. You got to let go of the past. We're going to stay here for 3 minutes in this pose. Just let go. Let go of your low back. Let go of the tension there. Arms down by your sides. You could cover your eyes again, or cover your belly with your blanket. That kind of feels nice. Just the added weight feels good. Or nothing at all, totally fine. Arms down by your sides, palms face up. Breathe in, freshness to re-energize. And breathe out that which holds you back. Here's a little variation if you want to take it. You can keep your eyes closed. You're just going to toe heel your feet out a little bit till you kind of feel the edges of your mat maybe. And then let your knees collapse inward and touch each other toward the midline of your body. You might like that. Adjust your heels so it feels right. You might like that. Might feel good. Kind of feels like you're opening up your low back a little bit more. But if you don't like it, go back to the way you were. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat and knees up toward the sky. Take your deep breath in and your deep breath out. Maybe today, collapsed bridge, your supported bridge, is absolutely what you need. If that's the case, stay here. I'm going to press into my feet, lifting my hips up so I can pull this block out from beneath my back. And I'm going to slowly roll my spine down. Take the time here. Roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Keep your belly button tucked towards your spine. Lower down really super slowly. And then once your back is all the way down, untuck your tailbone, letting it come down to the earth. Just that little refinement feels so good and so nice. All right, so let's Press on up, roll on up to a seated position. Legs long on your mat. Let's do caterpillar. All right, so you could put the blanket rolled up like a burrito underneath the knees. That feels really nice. You could take your bolster and place it on top of your legs. Just the weight feels really good here too. You know, if you don't like the blanket beneath the knees, don't use it. Maybe you put the blanket on top, or maybe you have another blanket you put on top. So the bottom or the edge of the bolster's up near my belly. I'm going to hinge forward here. Not very long. We're going to rest here just for about 3 minutes. Lengthen up, crown of the head, and then fold forward. I need to adjust my blanket. I'm going to scoot it down a little bit more. And fold forward. When you inhale, imagine your spine is really elongating, creating space in the entire back. And as you exhale, think of folding forward a little bit more as you rest your chest into your bolster. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. If this caterpillar pose is feeling great for you, stick with it. I'm going to make my way to the wall and do legs up the wall. If you don't have a wall nearby, you could use a chair or your sofa. What you would do is scoot your bottom up next to the sofa, bend your knees, and put the calves of your legs onto the seat of the chair or the sofa. You could also come to reclined on your back. I'm going to make my way to the wall. Bring your eye shade and maybe your blanket. Scoot one hip up next to the wall. Lift your legs on up. If you don't want to leave your blanket, or if you don't want to leave your mat, just send your legs high to the sky. Maybe you put your bolster under your bottom, send your legs up to the sky, and they won't be supported, but it's no big deal. It's kind of easy to do. But on the wall, the heels are going to rest. Heels rest on the wall, bottom is scooted away from the wall just a little bit, and I'm going to set a 5-minute timer for here. We might even do longer. We'll make that call in a few minutes. All right, so blanket wherever you like. I kind of like it on my belly. Maybe you like it on your chest. Heels are resting into the wall. Eyes are closed. Maybe the eye shade covers the eyes. Perhaps one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. How often do you connect with the belly and the breath in your belly and your heart? Feeling your heartbeat. Maybe that feels good. If you prefer arms teed out, that's always good too. Or down by your sides. So many possibilities. I feel a lot of mobility in my shoulders today, especially since we did that sideline bolster. So I'm going to bend my elbows overhead, and I'm going to reach my hands for opposite elbow creases. I'm going to keep my shoulders down, not stressing out here in the shoulders. Taking breaths, deep, slow, not thinking about anything. Allowing that tailbone to fully rest on the mat. I bet you can bring it down a little bit more. Just think of sending that tailbone down a little bit more. And rest here in your legs up the wall pose. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. Deepen your breath. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. It's been 5 minutes here. Stay longer if you want. It feels great. I'm going to move in to a final Shavasana pose. No problem with staying here longer. It would be lovely to spend 10 minutes in legs up the wall. It's a really nice pose to do at night before you go to bed too. All right, so if you stay in, good on you. If you want to come out of it, just kind of come off the wall the way you came in. Roll your hip off and make your way maybe back to your mat. And final Shavasana. So if you were skeptical coming in and you think, all right, I'll just stick around for the hour and see how it goes, aren't you surprised how quickly the time goes by? All right, for your final Shavasana pose, you can fully recline on your mat. Lots of variations you can take. I'm going to take the bolster and I'm going to put it underneath my knees. I kind of like that variation. Spread the heels of the feet, so they're kind of toward the edges of the mat. Cover up whatever you want to cover up with the blanket, with your eye shade or a little towel, and come into your final Shavasana pose. So once fully reclined, adjust and settle in. So maybe wiggle the shoulders underneath your back a little bit more, kind of tuck them under if that feels nice. You want to feel as much contact with the earth as you can. Arms down by your sides. I'm going to do about 5 to 7 minutes here. Palms face up feels good. Just see how that makes you feel in your mind. Or bring your palms face down for more grounding to the earth. You decide how each one not only feels physically, but just how it feels emotionally. That's a big part of it. Legs are long, heels toward the edges of your mat, shoulders down, away from the ears, in a comfortable, relaxed posture. Deep breath in through the nose, and deep breath out through the mouth. Sigh it out. Really helps to have the eyes covered to block out the light. Soften the area between your eyebrows and let your eyes rest heavily in their eye sockets. Tongue is away from the roof of the mouth. Jaws are unclenched, and there's a little bit of space between your teeth. Be still. And just let the breath going in and out of the belly as the belly rises and falls. Let that kind of be the only movement you got going on. I'll be quiet now, and I'll let you know when the time is up. Enjoy your pose and your breath. Deepen your breath. Deepen your breath. Shoulders soften a little bit more away from the ears. Soften in the face a little bit more, especially that area between your eyebrows. No thoughts for this last couple of minutes. Just deep breath. Refreshing deep breath in and a releasing, letting go of everything, breath out. Maybe through the mouth, maybe sigh it out audibly. In with the good, in with the new, and out with the old and that which doesn't serve you. Stay here longer if you like. It's a great pose to restore and refresh and become new again. It's called corpse pose, final shavasana. It's just letting go of all of the old past and just regrowing and reinvigorating to become new again, to have a fresh start. So maybe hit the pause button on your remote if that's nearby, and this is where you wish to stay for a while longer. Maybe you're still in your child's pose. Maybe you're still in your legs up the wall. It's all good. Listen to your body. If it is time for you to conclude your hour, take a slow breath in through the nose and your big sigh out through the mouth. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take that motion up into your wrists and your ankles. Nice and slow, no rush, no worries, no hurry. On an inhale, reach high overhead and take a big good morning stretch. Move your shoulders a little bit, appreciate their mobility. Even let the hips wiggle a little bit as one foot goes down toward the mat and the other goes down toward the bottom of the mat. Stretch it out. And then release. Bring your elbows down by your sides. Roll onto one hip or the other. Just push your bolster aside. Maybe keep your blanket with you because it just feels comfortable. Roll onto one hip. Bend your low arm. Rest your head on that low arm. Let the top shoulder relax away from the ear. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Savor this moment, knowing that you're refreshed and recharged so you can face the day ahead. Slowly make your way up. Maybe keep the eyes closed. Just kind of hold on to the magic a little bit longer, or open up the eyes, whatever works. Press on up to a comfortable seated position, whatever's comfortable for you. Hands to prayer center. Take a deep breath in. And a big refreshing breath out. Let it go. Hands at prayer center. Just a moment of gratitude for your body, for what it's done for you in this practice, for just how you feel. Eyes are blinked open. Welcome back. How did you feel? It's a nice little private therapy session, isn't it? So not only do you have greater mobility in your body, but you just have more flexibility in your mind and your emotions as well. You just feel a whole lot better all the way around. I mean, think about it. You got your body, your mind, your soul. It all plays together. And when it's in harmony, life is good. All right, stress number you took in the beginning. What was it? And what is it now? It's a lot lower, and that's a good thing. Check us out tomorrow. And the next day and the next day. We'll be practicing here 1 hour live, start to finish. All right, here's something to think about. May you be happy, may you be well, may you be safe, and may you be at peace and at ease as you live your life today to its fullest. All right, love you guys. See you on your mats tomorrow. Goodbye. Hello. Bye-bye. Thanks for being here. You did another yoga practice and your body is feeling better for it. Feel what you feel in your body. Enjoy and appreciate what you got. And just show up every day and things will get better. You will feel better and life is good. It really is. All right. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. You know that. Tell your friends about it. Have them join in too. They can feel better and they will feel better. And if they feel better, they'll be more pleasant. And if they're more pleasant, they might just be a better friend. All right. They can check us out anytime they like. Facebook, YouTube. Enjoy. If you'd like to support our broadcast, look at our website. It's www.316yoga.com. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're being faithful to your practice. See you on your mats tomorrow.